So, what happened when John Karony was arrested? What happened when he was brought into the courtroom? We have a series of events that are detailed. This coming from David B. Smith over on Twitter, in which it highlights the events of that day. And so we're going to be diving into this in just a second. If you want to stay up to date on what's going on with this court case, you can follow people like David B. Smith over on Twitter. That's at DB Smith SafeMoon, as well as you guys can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I also talk about other cryptocurrencies on this channel, and you can also join my Telegram group. There's a link to that in the description. That's Team Crypto Atlas. With that being said, let's go ahead and roll right on into the news. Coming here from David B. Smith, 9:30 a.m., Braden John Karony is led into the courtroom by two U.S. Marshals wearing blood orange scrubs with SL County Jail in lettering on the back. Handcuffed in front with a chain around his waist, leg shackles clank as he approaches the defendant's table. To be continued. Cameras or electronic devices are not even allowed in the federal building, so there will be no media available. Seated in the gallery behind the prosecutor are the two FBI agents that arrested Braden at the Salt Lake airport, his parents, 3 out of 4 siblings, 2 aunts, and his uncle. U.S. Magistrate Oberg calls the hearing to order and asks Braden how he would like to be referred to. Knowing his various names, he requests she calls him John. She very thoroughly explained each of his rights as the hearing progressed. His defense attorney objected to the Captain Hoddle Discord name in the indictment, and Judge Oberg informed him that this is not the appropriate time to raise that objection. Braden did not deny that he is the person named in the indictment, so the hearing can move forward. Oberg explains that the New York District wants him to be tried in their jurisdiction, and he can contest it, but to do so, he will have to plead guilty to the charges, and the government has to agree. This seems to confuse him, and there was a short pause so his attorney could explain. Braden tells the court that he does not want to go that route, so we proceed. Next up is the detention portion. Oberg explains that should they continue today, if he is found to be a flight risk, the determination will follow him to wherever he lands. This means no bail in New York. The defense attorney challenges the government's assertions that he is a flight risk due to family. Connections in the States, that he is the CEO of a company with 40 employees, and that they have his passport. Government responds that they believe he has access to a vast amount of funds, and he now claims to have a fiancée in London. Congrats, Grace. He has been out of the country for the majority of the year, and they only pushed the indictment because they were made aware he would be returning. Pro tip: don't sue your mother, allowing those watching you to know you will be coming back for the hearings. Facepalm. Because the Utah prosecutor is carrying the burden for New York attorney's case, he wasn't fully briefed, and as it had been explained, a detention hearing gives the defendant 5 days to prepare, and the government 3 days if requested. Magistrate Oberg related that the government had met the burden to continue the detention hearing, and at that time, the U.S. attorney requested the 3 days. The hearing was then scheduled for November 8th, end of line. So keep an eye on November 8th. A couple more days. We should be seeing more information. It's the weekends, but things can still come out with courts over the weekends. Based on where we're at with this trial, I would expect to not really see much more going on until November 8th. Maybe somehow they're able to find Kyle Nagy, but it sounds like Kyle's outside the country. So how quickly something like that would happen, I don't know. And right now it sounds like they don't exactly know where he is, or maybe they're not wanting to release that information completely to the public, because then it would kind of indicate to Kyle that, oh, they're on to me, and then he goes and tries and do other things. So something else I want to point out to you guys is that reading through this, it mentions that he has 40 employees, John Karony. We had been informed in the past that there were over 100, I believe. Now, obviously, as time goes on, you're going to have employees coming and going. To find out that the current state of SafeMoon, it's whittled its way down to 40 employees. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I get that it's been a bear market, and we've seen cutbacks in other leading major companies as well. 40 employees for what it is that SafeMoon has been saying that they've been working on, which is more than one thing. I'm curious to see what you guys think. Do you think that that's enough employees to handle all that stuff? We're talking about the exchange, the blockchain, the NFTs, the Naughty Knots, the Operation Phoenix, which I've seen reports on that's been shelved for a very long time and was not actually being pushed forward. Then we've got the 32, I forgot the name of it, guys. I'm sorry. It's where they were working on things behind the scenes, and it had to do with the hydrophilic nanoparticle technology, which actually looks like that was proprietary technology that was coming from over on his mother's company's side. And I think that's where a lot of the legal issues had come from. It's been a little bit since I've talked about some of these elements, but I've covered many things with SafeMoon on my channel in the past. And so, yeah, I would love to know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. What do you think is going to happen with these employees? Do you think we're on a trajectory where SafeMoon is going to be dissolved and no longer exist? Do you think it will continue to thrive moving forward? Because keep in mind, this is stuff going on with fraud with John Karony and the other two individuals. But there's also charges with the SEC about SafeMoon being labeled as a non-registered security. An unregistered security, sorry. Anyways, let us know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. And thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. A double shout out thank you to WeLoveSafeMoon.com, Victor Vegas, SafeMoon Oz for being higher level patrons. Thank you to my YouTube members for your support as well. God bless, and we'll see you in the next episode.